بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So inshallah, in this lesson we're moving on to the ma'mur bihi being Hasan, meaning is explaining shortly as we go ahead inshallah. So we discussed previously, you have the Amir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Amir, and he conveys his hukam via the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the Anbiya. This is expressed via Sayghatul Amri. We had a whole discussion regarding the Sayghatul Amr. But the khulasa of the Sayghatul Amr is the mujab is wujub, that's the haqiqi meaning of the Amr. And the muqtada is adam al-takrar. When Allah subhanahu when there's a command, then that command only has to be carried out once for the Amr to be carried out. Yes, you can have a situation where there's takrar of the sabab, that would then be takrar. But the sigha itself only necessitates it carrying out once. The ma'mur is the person doing the action. We will discuss, for example, when he becomes like ikra, the rules of ikra, being majnoon, being all that is ma'mur bihi, ma'mur, the person, the mukallaf. And the ma'mur bihi is the thing that we are commanded to do. So in the last lesson we discussed it about being mutlaq anil waqt and muqayyad bil waqt. Another aspect of the ma'mur we're looking at now here is regards to husn, meaning if you have a person giving you a command, that person is either an idiot or is a good person. No. If he's an idiot, then you won't listen to what he's saying. If that person is a person who is hakim, he's wise, he's got ilm, he's got knowledge, then we would assume that hukam has what? Husn, it has to be good. Because any person who has any knowledge, any wisdom, any kindness, any compassion, any rahmah, he will only carry out command things which are good. Like simple example, your parents. Your parents said, make your bed. Then that would mean that there is something good in making your bed. Your parents say, drink the medicine. That would mean that there's something good in the medicine. Yes, because they have knowledge, certain amount of limited knowledge, they have limited wisdom, and they have limited compassion and mercy. But even then we know that their commands will always be good because they are, it would be good according to their ilm, hikmah, their ilm, their hikmah, their compassion. Fahim? So, based on this, if look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His ilm is kamil, His qudra is kamil, His hikmah is kamil, His compassion, His rahman, shafqa and ra'fa is kamil. So therefore, that ma'mur bihi has to be hasan in the highest of all levels. Fahim? Al-amru bi-shay yadullu ala husni al-ma'muri bihi. So al-amru bi-shay, commanding something, the command of something denotes, it shows, it indicates that that ma'mur bihi is hasan, on the goodness. You say husn, I'm just going to say husn from now on. Hasan means to be good, yes? إِذَا كَانَ الْآمِرُ حَكِيمًا, provided the amir is hakim, yes? If you got somebody who is not hakim, he's not wise, he's hateful or just stupid or whatever, that's different. But look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لأن الأمر, why? لأن الأمر, because a command, amr, a sigha of amr, لبيان أن المأمور به مما ينبغي أن يوجد. Because when I say to you, I say I'm a father, I'm a teacher, I said, take notes. If I said, highlight this, that means I'm giving you a command to do something. So the ma'mur bihi mimma yanbaghi an yujad is from those things which need to come to existence. Because al-amr, command, is to inform the mukhatab, the ma'mur, that the ma'mur bihi is something that should come into existence. Qum, stand up. That means that qiyam should come into existence. Not rocket science here, yes? فَقْتَدَى حُسْنُ فَقْتَدَى ذَلِكَ. The hukam of the hakim necessitates, demand, requires that that item be what? What should it be? Hasan. Acha. Now let's go into a little example here. Let's see if you can understand a bit more. This person is helping the old lady cross the road. Is that a good action? It's a good action. And this doctor, what's he trying to do? He's going to give an injection. Is that good? Give an injection. If the doctor is hakim, not psychopath. It's good. But are they different, these two good things? How are they different, these two good things? One is helping literally, okay, good, on a good path, and yeah, you got the idea, but the wording is a bit different, yes? So we can say, well, we can clearly understand that helping the old lady cross the road is a good thing. She needs help, and should be helping her cross the road. The medicine, we can say, it's good in the long run. Yes, you're going to probably you got a little child, sometimes children know medicine, you have to grab them tight, put the whole hands together, put the medicine in the mouth. But that is actually a good thing, because the mum has hikmah, she has a bit of knowledge, and she has shafqah. But it seems to the child it's not good. So helping the old lady, it's That's the objective in itself. فهمت? Because it's good in itself. The injection is injection good in itself. Let's say, for example, you want to let's play a game. We get some syringes and we start just injecting each other with just nothing, just injection. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you just injecting me? Nothing. Just injecting you is a good thing. It's like, no. Why is the injection? You say, doctors are good people and the injections, let's put injection to everybody here. I'm your friend, here's the injection. What's inside? Nothing. You just inject me, good doctors inject you. So no. The injection has a purpose. Why is the injection? Because it leads to good health, or Allah has put, not always, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put a certain sabab, certain taqdeer, that these medicines, when they put in the right hay'ah, with the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah makes it a means of cure. Allah's. So the injection itself is not objective. But why is it Hasan? So we say this is called, we would say, this is good, and this is good. So this is Hasan. This is also Hasan. This is Hasan لذاته. In itself is good. This is Hasan لغيره. This is Hasan because of the result, not of the. This is not good in itself. The goodness is actually something else. فهمت? Yes. ثم المأمور به. That's what he's now saying here. Therefore, moving forward, المأمور به, the thing that is we are commanded to carry out, في حق الحسن, in regards to the husn, is naw'an. What are they? They are two types. فهمت? The two types of مأمور به. Correct? حسن بنفسه, also called حسن لذاته. حسن بنفسه, حسن لذاته. This different terms, same meaning. Yes? And the other حسن لغيره, not حسن لغيره as in Usool hadith, Muslim hadith, but حسن لغيره. Okay? So you have a مأمور به, the مأمور به حسن لذاته, and مأمور به حسن لغيره. So far, so good. Everybody following? Acha, example. فالحسن بنفسه, in itself is good. Example, الإيمان بالله, to believe in Allah because Allah is our Khaliq, He is our Raziq. To believe in Him and to submit to Him, this is good. وشكر المنعم, being thankful to somebody who provides mun'im, who provides you with a ni'mah. So if in the dunya, I give you £5, Jazakallah, I'm thankful to you. Somebody gives you £10, more thankful. Somebody gives you £1,000, more thankful. Somebody gives you £100,000, even more thankful. Somebody gives you £1,000,000 and is even more thankful. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the greatest mun'im, and He's the mun'im al-haqiqi, the other people are mun'im al-majazi. They're only giving what Allah has provided them as they made the sabab, but the one who's giving is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the actual mun'im. So therefore thanking the mun'im majazi is aqlan a good thing. So therefore thanking the mun'im al-haqiqi, the actual person who bestows all his favor, is also going to be a good thing. Are you following me? Sidq, speaking the truth. We can see that this is a good thing in itself. Adl, being just, being fair. Was-salat, and the ibadat al-mahdha. Yes, salah, saum, zakah, hajj, etc. You can have a bit of kalam, you get the idea. You can see that these things are good in themselves. What's the hukam? فَحُكْمُ هَذَا النَّوْء. If you have an ibadah, a ma'mur bihi, and this ma'mur bihi is hasan lidhatihi, إِذَا وَجَبَ عَلَى الْعَبْدِ أَدَاؤُهُ لَا يَسْقُطُ إِلَّا بِالْأَدَاءِ. That if a ma'mur bihi, which is hasan lidhatihi, becomes binding upon a servant, the only way the servant, the abd, becomes absolved of his responsibility is by fulfilling this command. Yes? This is فِيمَا لَا يَحْتَمِلُ السُّقُوطِ. Now, again, let me go back over here. So we have ma'mur bihi, correct? And the i'tibar al-husn, regarding to the ma'mur being hasan, you have hasan li dhatihi and hasan li ghayrihi. Now, hasan li dhatihi, you have some hasan li dhatihi, which never become saqit. They always remain in place. And for example, iman billah. So we say the only way to fulfill this iman billah is to do what? Do ada of iman billah. Yes? So that's iman billah becomes wajib. The only way of fulfilling iman billah is by carrying out iman billah. If it's yahtamilu suqut, certain hasan li dhatihi can be saqit. For example, salah. So how does salah become ada? Either by carrying it out, or isqat al-amir. The amir said, no, don't worry, I don't need it anymore. You're in hayd, no salah. Fahim? So yasqutu bil ada or bi isqat al-amir. If the amir commands you to stop doing it, then that also becomes saqit. So you have two types of hasan li dhati. Those which are able to become saqit, and those which cannot become saqit. Those which become saqit, the only way of ada is by doing ada of it. And those which have ihtimal of suqut, they become saqit via the ada or via the isqatul amir. The person who gave you the command, he says you are no longer bound, you no longer have to carry out this action. and حسن لغيره. Now based on this, if you move ahead, we say فحكمها, we got this part. وهذا فيما لا يحتمل السقوط. So those ma'mood bihi which are hasan lidhatihi and they're not able to become saqit, we say that they only become ada via ada. Okay. وَأَمَّا مَا يَحْتَمِلُ السُّقُوطِ, as for those ibadat which are able to become saqit, so then you are absolved of the responsibility in one of two ways, either via ada or via the Amir saying, we forgive you, we overlook you, no longer to carry out. Example of this, وَعَلَى هَذَا قُلْنَا إِذَا وَجَبَتِ الصَّلَاةُ فِي أَوَّلِ الْوَقْتِ سَقَطَ الْوَاجِبِ. So when salah, remember we said here, we have an amr and then takraru sabab. Sabab is a waqt. So whenever the time occurs, what happens then? It becomes wajib. How is that wajib become saqit? Either by doing ada, so you perform the salah, you fulfill responsibility, or بِاعْتِرَاضِ الْجُنُونِ وَالْحَيْضِ وَالنِّفَاسِ فِي آخِرِ الْوَقْتِ. Or the Amir has told us that if these things come about, if somebody becomes unconscious, somebody loses his senses, the woman starts a haze, she gives birth, and then the postnatal bleeding starts in the akhir al-waqt. Yes? Fi akhir al-waqt, in the end of time. And by the end of time, any of these things occur. So you have the beginning of time, it becomes wajib here. If at the end of time any of these things happen and you haven't performed it yet, so by the end of time any of these things come about, we say now, these become saqit. Why? Because you either do ada, what do? You do ada, or the second possibility is what? Ash-shar'a asqataha anhu in the hadil awarid. Because the shara has said that these things become saqit when there is a arid. And these are, so it's basically isqatil amir or ada. Are you following? Is this clear to everybody? وَلَا يَسْقُطُ بِضِيقِ الْوَقْتِ. If you don't have enough time, this becomes saqit. No. Because that's not ada. And the Amir has not said that if you do not have time, don't pray. So you have to do qada. وَأَدَمِ الْمَاءِ. If you don't have water, is it saqit? No, because that's not an excuse. The Sharia says that there's a na'ib. أَدَمِ الْلِبَاسِ. You have no clothes. You just say that as well. Okay, حسن لغيره. حسن لغيره ما يكون حسنا بواسطة الغير. What is hasan بواسطة الغير? وذلك مثل السعي إلى الجمعة والوضوء للصلاة. You have a hukam. What do you have? A ma'mur bihi, a hukam, a thing you need to carry out. But this thing doesn't have, the virtue is not in itself. Or maybe it does carry virtue, but only because it is a sabab. It calls for something else. And they give two examples. One is sa'i al-jum'ah and the other is wudu lis-salah. Fahim? So let's say for example, what comes in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع. So فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله. When you hear the nida for Salatul Jum'ah, what do you have to do? Sa'i. So why is sa'i, like going towards the masjid, why is that a good thing? Because you have to do what? You have to do Jum'ah. Wudu li-salah. So wudu has its virtue. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in many ahadith, he explained the virtue of the salawat, of wudu for the salawat. But the wudu is only maqsood because it's only good, or it's only there for being a ala or al-miftahu, at-tahuru miftahu salah. It's a miftah salah. فإن السعي حسن بواسطة كونه مفضيا إلى أداء الجمعة. So we say sa'yun, meaning sa'i to hasten, rush, go towards. So going a sa'yu is good because of it being mufdi ila ada al-jumu'ah, because it leads to ada al-jumu'ah. Fahimt? Because mufdiyan, it leads to ada al-jumu'ah. Fahimt? So sa'i is hasan li ghayrihi. والوضوء أو الوضوء add from this one فإن الوضوء حسن بواسطة كونه مفتاحا للصلاة. And wudu is good because it's the wasta, a means of salah. So examples now. وحكم هذا النوع أنه يسقط بسقوط تلك الواسطة. The ruling of these ahkam, meaning when something is ma'mur bihi, it is hasan li ghayrihi. When that ghayr, meaning when that wasita, the thing that makes it good, when that is no longer there, then there's no point in doing this. حتى أن السعي لا يجب على من لا جمعة عليه. Let's say for example, there's no Jum'ah. Yes? So let's say you don't have to perform Jum'ah. Then is there any purpose in saying, let's say for example, like where are you going to go? What's the point of going to the masjid when there's no Jum'ah? him, let's say for example, there's a woman in hayd. Is there any point in her doing her sa'i to Jummah? Because there's no Jummah for her. Are you following? So you can't perform Jummah Salah. So what's the sa'i for? The sa'i is only maqsood because of the Jummah Salah. وَلَا يَجِبُ الْوُضُوءَ عَلَى مَنْ لَا صَلَاةَ عَلَيْهِ. There's no salah. Is wudu going to be compulsory? Was not compulsory. Because the wudu and the sa'i are only hasan, not bidhati, but because of the ghair. What's the ghair? The jumu'ah and the salah. Based on this, وَلَوْ سَعَى إِلَى الْجُمُعَةِ. I give another example, hypothetically speaking. Ji? That's a bit of a tricky question, and that needs a bit more analysis. I don't have to answer that question, it causes a bit of confusion. But I get what you're saying. Ji. وَلَوْ سَعَى إِلَى الْجُمُعَةِ. If you hasten, a person goes to Jumu'ah. Yes? Now, he got to the masjid. So he's completed the sa'i, isn't it? But the sa'i is not maqsood. You can't say, oh, I've done my responsibility. Let's say, for example, somebody lifted him up, took him back home. What did he do? Lifted him up, forcefully took him back home. Can he say, well, I already done sa'i? What do you have to do? Come back to the masjid again. Why? So, وَلَوْ سَعَى إِلَى الْجُمْعَةِ فَهُمِلَ مُكْرَهًا. He was taken forcefully إِلَى مَوْضِئٍ آخَرٍ. What comes in your text is mistaken here. What happens afterwards? Huh? إلى موضع آخر then? Huh? Yeah, قبل is missing here. قبل إقامة الجمعة. Before the Jummah Salah took place. What will you have to do? You have to do sa'i again. Come back again, because the sa'i was not, you can't say, he hasn't done the maqsood. The maqsood is the Jummah. So you can't say, oh, I've done the sa'i, so therefore I'm absolved my responsibility. You have to do it again. وَلَوْ كَانَ مُعْتَكِفًا فِي الْجَامِعِ. Opposite. If you're in i'tikaf, now what do? You're in i'tikaf from then Fajr. Let's say for example you're in i'tikaf, you done wudu, you wake up in the morning, and you're already sitting in masjid. Will you say, oh no, what, your Jummah is not counted, or you get less reward because you haven't done sa'i al-Jumu'ah? He's in i'tikaf in the masjid. So he's not sa'i, he's in the masjid, he's been in the masjid for like two Jummahs. Second Jummah he's performing, if it's in towards the end. You find him. So he hasn't come to the masjid, he's already in the masjid. But would you say there's the sa'i is like, it's missing? No, the sa'i is only an object to get into the masjid. If you're already in the masjid, then there's no need for sa'i. Do you understand? So you give two examples here of, similarly, وَكَذَلِكَ لَوْ تَوَضَّأَ. He didn't wudu. But what happened? فَأَحْدَثَ. He broke his wudu. قَبْلَ أَدَاءِ الصَّلَاةِ. Before he performed the salah. Can he say, oh, I've done my responsibility? He said, no. يَجِبُ عَلَيْهِ الْوُضُوءُ ثَانِيًا. He must do wudu again. Do you understand? وَلَوْ كَانَ مُتَوَضِّئًا عِنْدَ وُجُوبِ الصَّلَاةِ. And if he has wudu, you can't say, well, you have to do wudu again. Because the wudu is only there for iqamati salah. Being in a state of wudu means that you don't need to do wudu again. If you do it again, that's fine. You can do tajid wudu for like wudu, that's like mustahab. If you want to, it's fine, get reward. But it's not compulsory for him, because the reason the wudu is there is for miftahu salah. He already has the miftahu salah. So these two go together hand in hand. So both of these give two examples. If you already have if it's already hasil, you don't have to go out of it to get it again. And if you don't if you don't need to do it, then it's fine, you don't have to do it. Okay? وَالْقَرِيبُ مِنْ هَذَا النَّوْعِ. Similar to this is hudud wal-qisas wal-jihad. Yes, hudud, the capital punishment. Qisas, capital punishment. Hudud, the crimes, and jihad. What is jihad? Jihad is to defend, to establish justice, to remove dhulm, to remove oppression. This basically everybody has an army. But the armies nowadays, I don't know if compared to those armies nowadays, because a lot of those armies nowadays are oppressive. But not how it's carried out, but how in the law they have an army, how it's supposed to work. Yes, that's what it is. Basically, and why is it there for? To protect yourself and to remove zulm, remove oppression, to help the oppressed. So hudud, qisas, and jihad. What's going to happen in there eventually? What can happen? Somebody committed a murder. So in Islam, somebody committed a murder. You have two choices. It's proven first degree murder. Either the awliya can forgive, the guardians can say, look, we forgive him, or you want capital punishment. Now, when you have capital punishment, it's not a good thing to kill another person. So he did a murder, that person is dead. Now, the person who is a qatil, the murderer, first degree murderer, proven without any doubt, the Islamic ruling is what? He'll also be what? He'll be killed. Yes? Now, that's not really a good thing in itself, killing another person. But why is it a good thing? Because when you establish that thing, there's a law. You put somebody in prison. What's the point of putting somebody in prison? What's the benefit of that? But it's supposed to be what? A deterrent. Yes? Why taking money for parking ticket? because of deterrent. You following? So you have deterrent. So these things, hudud, punishment, war, all of these things are not maqsood bi dhatihi. All of these things have another purpose. فَإِنَّ الْحَدَّ حَسَنٌ بِوَاسِطِ الزَّجْرِ أَنِ جِنَايَةٍ. When you have punishment for crime, this is good, not because, oh, it's good to cut somebody's hand off, or good to kill to capture the punishment, or it's not good because, but these have a purpose. What is the purpose? To stop jinayat, to stop crime. Zaj, stop. It literally means to scold, tell off. So basically prevent. These are preventative from crimes. That's the purpose of it. It's not that you get happy, yeah, we got someone, let's do this. That's not what it's for. Similar jihad, a war. War is not a good thing. But what is it there for? When you have sharrul kafar, when you have the people of those who are ungrateful, and people are ungrateful, who do not carry out justice, what do? To remove their shar. People are zalim, people are oppressive. What do? Remove their shar. To get rid of them, or to get rid of the authority, so that people can live with peace. That's the maqsood. Fahim? So it's not in maqsood bi that, it's not hasan in itself. Why is it permissible in Islam? Because it's there to remove the shar. Similarly, to allow people the chance to practice the religion. Allow kalimat al-haq, to allow the people to practice the religion freely, without oppression, without fear of anybody. That's why jihad is, to remove all types of oppression, remove all types of injustice. So in itself, when you do this, some people may die. The people who are fighting against you will die. The muharibin, those are actually combatants, will die. Some will die. But that's not a good thing to kill them. Yes, but if it leads to a what? Something better in the long run. That's why it is hasan. وَلَوْ فَرَضْنَا عَدَمَ الْوَاسِطَةِ. And if you were to hypothetically assume the wasta no longer remains, لَا يَبْقَى ذَلِكَ مَعْمُورٌ بِهِ. The ma'mur bihi will no longer remain intact. فَإِنَّهُ لَوْلَا الْجِنَايَةِ. Had there been no crime, there been no had. Had there been no, this one here, no kufr, which leads to harb, harb, there be no need for jihad. So basically, if you live in utopia when there's no fighting, there's no war, nothing at all, we say, well, we don't need to have jihad because nobody ever fights. Huh? Yarab? That's fine. Do you understand? So we have here, this is now hasan لغيره. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك.